Good morning, or whenever you see this. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham, and here I do tarot oracle, psychic readings. I go live for oracle readings sometimes. I do a lot of things. The most important thing to me that I do is the Empath Energetics program, which the next round is starting May 19th. So if you are interested in doing intuition development work, if you want to feel more connected to yourself, and if you want to have people not drain your energy and actually really feel like you're doing a beautiful job of like putting good energy out into the world, then this is the perfect program for you. I teach tons and tons of intuition development techniques, including pendulum and a bunch of body based techniques so that you always, even if you forget your pendulum at home, can be able to trust your intuition. And by the end of this 4-month journey, I have to say, I've found every person who has taken the program in and really done self, evaluation and self knowledge work has really found a stronger sense of self and a stronger sense of trust. And also, many of them feel much more spiritually connected. So it's a beautiful benefit to doing all this work that you get all these things. And there is a scholarship application. So that will be live or open until the end of day here tomorrow, which is Friday, May 12th. And so I'm going to do the draw on May 13th. And here we are doing a daily oracle reading. So let's just see what comes up. And as always, whatever resonates with you, take that in. And if it doesn't feel like yours, then leave it for someone else. Maybe someone else needs to hear whatever it is I'm saying. Um, I already am seeing, this is funny, I'm seeing someone like a grocery trip, someone needing to do a grocery trip and making it and making it more focused on their well-being. So someone doing a grocery trip, but it feeling more focused on their well-being. Perhaps the grocery store sometimes can be an overwhelming environment. I was just talking about that recently. That in definitely in Canada and the States, I'm not sure, if it's the same everywhere. But it feels like the grocery stores are sort of built to be like overwhelming in a sense. And just like when we meet people who are overwhelming, especially if you know a narcissistic person, sometimes they stun people by leaving them overwhelmed with how much energy they throw out at you. I find sometimes grocery stores and malls and things, the way that they output energy can be overwhelming for highly sensitive people. And I myself used to be like so prone to feeling overwhelmed and, like headachy and just really overstimulated in these types of environments. And nowadays, I don't have that feeling at all. And I know it's because of this work that I've been teaching and doing, because I myself put myself through all of the empath energetics rounds as well. I put myself through the program in a lighter context. I mean, I'm still guiding it, so I'm not, taking up the same amount of airtime with my own things, I promise. But I think it's important, and everyone has told me the same who's taken the program in all the other 4 rounds that I've done, is that they really appreciate the fact that they'll see what my lights and shadows are that I'm working on at that time. And so it's been really beneficial to me because I do end up then, I teach something and then I think about it and I apply it more to my life, and more and more and more, this work deepens. So even after the 4 months, it's not like everything will change in your life in 4 months, but it is absolutely life changing. I've heard this from at least four, at least four of the people who have taken this program, that they felt it was absolutely life changing for them. So that is, it's actually hard to wrap my head around that type of statement because it's so big. So this first card we have for today, ooh, we have some really interesting. So this grocery shop too, it was like about valuing. There's something metaphoric to it, which is why I'm going back. Um, it was like about valuing your health and valuing what's important and putting in your body things that are going to actually help you feel nourished, so you have the energy to do what you need to do. So some energy work is absolutely physical energy work. We really need that. I guess all energy work is physical, but that's a story for another day. Um, we have the chess queen here, which says trust and strategizing, and we also have the rainbow prince, which says compensation and perseverance. So what I'm feeling about this is actually about persevering and trusting in, especially. So there's two messages here. One is for the grocery trip thing, and the second is for creatives and artists and spiritual folk. So if you're a creative artist, spiritual person, you have your own business, then this strategizing and then the perseverance is how you'll find compensation. And you need to have this trust in yourself. These cards are really, really speaking to me about having a certain level of logic and discipline and trust in the process of what you're doing. Because if you're acting from a guided place and from an intuitive place, and you do this type of work, then you will find everything that you need in its right timing. And as hard as that can be sometimes when we're looking at the external, we're looking at the physical reality, as difficult as that can be and as challenging to our mind as that can be, accept the challenge, right? Accept the challenge. You can't just dip your toe into this type of thing. You've got to fully immerse both feet. You've got to dive in and say, I'm cannonballing into trust and faith that this intuitive work actually works, right? Otherwise, it's you saying, well, intuition only works sometimes and it only works for me in this way. And it's actually really flighty and it's not in full trust. It's actually saying, I only trust it when the external realm proves it in this amount of time, right? Which is very expectational. It's very conditional. You've got to love the spirit realm and love your intuition, and that means no conditions. Love has no conditions. Love is pure love. It's an energetic state of being. Self love is also really, really key for this. And this is what is going to go back to the grocery shop people. So maybe this, relies or relates to you in both ways, or maybe you just see one part of it as yours. But the grocery store piece is about valuing your physical well-being, valuing your physical health. I do feel drawn to pull self-care cards as well. And so if I'm saying, valuing your body, your physical body, and something comes to mind as, oh yeah, I said I wanted to do that, or oh yeah, I really want to be doing this with my life, and I should probably have this in better focus, or oh, I said I was gonna do, like I said, I was gonna take this thing out of my diet, my food eating, or I really, really want to lose weight, but I just haven't focused any energy on it. Then it's also this strategizing and perseverance energy. So today, which let's think about today. Okay, this makes sense. So today is Thursday, which is jeudi, which is Jupiter Day. And so Jupiter is all about expansion and also what you believe in things and definitely expanding. And I'll say also like reaching your goals too. And so perhaps you actually need to be clear about some goals for your physical well-being or your financial well-being. These are things that, are always part of our root chakra. They support our very existence in life. So when I teach in Empath Energetics, I teach a lot about the chakras in the first month. I also talk about emotional frequency and triggers. We talk about understanding energy in general, which is really, really fun for me. I actually want to add like 50 more things into that month, but it's our first month. We can't do it all. We can only do the large amount that I try to squeeze in. And one of the things that I teach is the path to manifestation and the path to actualization through the chakras. And so it is my understanding and belief that manifesting happens actually from going top down and actualizing happens from bottom up. So no matter what, that root chakra is going to be a pivotal piece, and that crown chakra, having trust and faith in forces outside of yourself, is going to have a crucial impact on, and how you relate to these things has an impact on how you're able to manifest goals, things that you want in this lifetime, things you're meant to go towards. We have a dream and an image in our hearts, and we imagine things because we deserve them and we are meant to actually go after them. So if there are things that are pulling at you and you find yourself sort of weaving around, not actually driving forward with energy, then there's something going on, because when you receive an idea, it's actually meant to be clear and then acted upon. So filtering that through, that's fine. That's part of our healing process, right? Is filtering through where are we getting stopped along this journey. But I think focusing on your physical well-being, food, fitness, and then your finances. So the 3 F's in this case. Okay. We also have spend time alone and enjoy the moment. So I would say spending time alone is also really key to meeting your goals and getting to your goals. And spending time alone means actually alone, away even from devices, away from connection, and really lasering in what is it that you are looking to manifest? What is it you're looking to create? What goals do you have for your physical well being, whatever that looks like? It could also be your home space. What are your goals for your home space? And how flexible are you? If you know that it has to go a certain way, but you're not taking that action, then that's you. It's really you letting yourself down and allowing yourself to become energetically hindered because your soul wants you to do these things that your heart dreams of. Spend time alone and enjoy the moment. I do think it's good as well for your own self-love practice to make sure that you recalibrate with time alone and soaking it up. I think spending time in nature with yourself but alone is a really beautiful thing to do because it's difficult to be in a bad mood when you're in nature, right? It is easy to keep yourself in a stuck or stagnant place if you don't like your home. You sit in your office and you're like, you sit watching TV and you're like, I'm not really enjoying the moment spending time alone. Well, yeah, you're zoning out in front of the TV. You're not even spending time with yourself. So spend time doing something with yourself that you enjoy. Take yourself out on a little solo selfie date or go in nature. Like I said, that's free, that's everywhere. And then we have a few more cards here. It says, give something away that you have been holding on to. And I see this as give away actually your fear, your grief, your blocks, like what's getting in the way, give that away to someone. Like actually sometimes it's sort of a flip message here, right? It's like spend time self-reflecting and being on your own and boosting that self-love so that you feel value enough to focus on these other aspects to your life, your physical well-being and kicking habits, right? If you need help with kicking habits, my hypnotherapy work is very powerful for that because it deals with your subconscious and it goes to the root, the very, very root of where that began for you, which is so powerful. It unlocks a lot of things for you. And it's like a softening, but also like an unburdening process, which is so epic. I'm really, really glad that I studied hypnotherapy. It definitely changed and changes my life. Okay. And then we have a couple more here that are, and if you didn't listen to my recent, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Oracle reading, where I talked about putting these things that you wish to manifest in their pure form and then releasing it as if it was a bird out to the ether, out to the sky. That could also be the give something away that you've been holding on to, like the fear of this dream, and then actually give it up to divine and the universe and spirit and God, however you label this large force that we entangle ourselves with, is allow it to actually receive this bird and then it will deliver back. We will have a conversation. You'll be co-creating um what's next. And co-creating just made me I was like, I gotta run out of here. I'm running short on time this morning. This says devote time to sit back and observe. And this one says when your mind wanders, bring it back and deep breathe. So I do think breath work is really powerful. It is also something that I teach in Empath Energetics. I teach a few techniques, not very advanced things, but I do teach a few techniques that I find really beneficial for self-analysis. And so if you would like to check out those, I'm even happy to teach you a breathing technique on a 15-minute call if we do that. You just ask me about it. And I do these free 15-minute calls with people just to see where are we meant to work together? Often people will feel drawn to me. I have people often actually have dreams of me. And when you have a dream of me, it might mean that I'm actually meant to be a teacher at some point of your journey, right? So that's very interesting. that happened, it used to happen before I did healing work, but it happens like so much more frequently now that I'm in people's dreams. I always wonder, like, am I in my own dreams at that time, or is there only one dream Kate? And does she just flit off and do these different things? Okay. And I didn't mention in this video the fact that we do shadow work and light work, but and legacy work. But archetypal healing is a huge, huge component of the Empath Energetics program. So, even though I do teach things that are very much considered in like the woo category, I really do also approach this from a psychological standpoint, and from a self-analysis, self-knowledge standpoint, which is, I think, why it's not only women who take this program. And I really love having men in this program. I think we all need healing, and I accept all gender identities and expressions. We are all divine creatures, all born into the world as little babies in some way, all brought in. We were all babies once, and so we all deserve healing because life is challenging, life is tough, and it's also so beautiful. And when we lose sight of the beautiful aspects of life, it can be really difficult. We can be really hard on ourselves, put ourselves through a lot, and we deserve to feel so much more connected and so much better. And I honestly wish that someone had said that to me in the deepest, darkest throes of my, emotional, um, I'm going to call it anguish. It feels appropriately dramatic. Anguish. For years, it lasted, years and years. And I had all these panic attacks. And, I've talked a little bit about that. I can tell you more about my story if you want another time. But sometimes I do wish that, or I wonder what would have happened if someone had said, you know, I I deserve to feel a lot better than I'm feeling, and that there was a way through where I could fall in love with life again and I could feel this beautiful sense of peace. And I wouldn't say my peace is constant or that anyone could have peace in just an entirely constant state, but I certainly have a lot more happiness and joy and peace and emotional stability than I had at those times. And at those times, I don't even think I believed that it was possible. So I just accepted in many senses that could be my reality forever, which is incredibly dark. That's an incredibly dark imagining, to think that life could just be suffering forever, with no release, right? Like it really, really felt like things were coming in on me. Okay, let's read this. Okay. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power toward what I want. So the third month, the third phase of Empath Energetics, which again starts May 19th. So DM me, message me, sign up, or sign up for the scholarship. It's only the next 2 days that the scholarship is open. Um, so we do light work in the third month. And in that third month, um, often is the most intense time for people. And people are excited to do light work and they think a lot's going to come out of that. And then we realize the only reason we're not lighter and feeling our own internal light is because we have these darker shadows hiding in the corners, right? It's like you open a room and it's dark and okay, I know what this is. It's a dark room. You turn the light on, you go, okay, I've cleared that shadow. Awesome. And then you realize, oh, the closet's back there. Oh, there's like an even darker corner up here, right? And that's where these little pieces are that are holding us back from way greater light expression. And being in our fuller light expression actually just innately protects us from others. So I'm not big on teaching protection because I think that plays into the idea that we're weak and that there's sort of a sense of fear that we need to like guard ourselves, when in reality, if you are the sun and if you are light so fully, you won't even feel the need to guard yourself from things. You'll actually feel divinely protected. And that's the true goal, in my opinion. So I teach this energetic stuff a little bit differently than everyone else does. But if you're drawn to the way that I think, and you think that this energy that I have is some of what you would like to capture for yourself, I'm willing to share all of the things that I know, and even some of the things I don't know, because I do a lot of channeling. We do hot seats, and I'm often channeling and learning things even myself as it comes through for other people. What comes through for someone else's mind is different than how I might have thought of it for my own self. So, Empath Energetics, I'm really excited to begin the next round. We begin May 19th. Intuition development, energy expansion, getting light. And yeah, and I'll be back for these daily YouTube Oracle readings. And Sunday, I will be back for the collective energy reading for the week. So come out and join me if you would like a little personal question and answer. I do love doing that. I did a love reading last night, or heart healing reading. And I even did some remote viewing type work. So if you want to see that, that's super awesome. And there's lots of videos you can check out. They are timeless. They're not super timed out. So if you are just catching on to me now and you want to watch some stuff in the past, feel free. And leave me a like, a comment, make sure you subscribed, and I will chat to you soon. Okay. Take care, everyone.